Hi everyone and welcome to Beyond Node.js, a space where we explore the ideas and real-world insights behind Node.js and the dev ecosystem. Today we are joined by Santiago Gimeno. He is Node.js and libuv contributor, and also he is senior software architect at NodeSource. Santi, it's great to have you here. So to get started, what is the worst thing you ever seen in a production Node.js application?
So maybe not the worst, but one that at the time took me a lot of time to figure out was in a scenario like this. We have an HTTP server in production with a lot of traffic, and on the surface everything looked fine, but from time to time we would see like latency spikes for no reason apparently. HTTP requests would queue up and suddenly everything would be okay again, and on the surface nothing was wrong. Yeah. So CPU usage look okay, nothing in the code that would ring a bell or something. So it took me quite a bit of time to figure this out, digging deep into the metrics, taking profiles and stuff. And at the end, the problem was on how we're allocating a lot of small and short-lived JavaScript objects for every request. And doing this would create a lot of pressure on the garbage collector, and every time the garbage collector would kick in, this would cause an immediate latency spike. So this taught me a lot of a lesson that memory allocation patterns matter a lot, and that it can translate into latency issues very easily.
Wow. What's the best feature Node.js has added in the last year, and why does it matter?
So for me, one of the aspects in which Node.js has improved quite significantly is in the observability side, and specifically with the addition of the diagnostic channel API and the adoption of it in the not only in the Node.js internals but around the Node.js module ecosystem. It's making our lives much easier for us in the observability world. We are able to extract telemetry data from lots of libraries without much cost and without having to monkey patch a lot of code, which was ugly, to be honest. On top of that, our teammate Rafa has expanded this API into the C++ side, which is cool. We are able to publish data from the native side of things now. That's going to be very helpful for us. Yeah, love it.
Wow, incredible. And the last question, what is the most valuable feature of nSolid for production teams?
Okay, so I think there are two aspects I love the most about nSolid. And the first one is the most obvious one. Okay, you don't need to change anything in your application to make nSolid work for you. So you basically replace the node binary and use the nSolid binary, and you're set. Everything should work exactly the same, and you get access to all this data that we generate almost for free. No need to add any extra add-on. No, you don't need to run any sidecar process along yours. All set. The second one, and maybe not the fanciest of all, but I think is very powerful on itself, is that you can dynamically change the configuration of nSolid without restarting the process. So I think this is very powerful. For example, if you have a server that is starting to behave badly in production, and maybe you want to try to understand what's going on, you can, for example, enable things that usually you don't have enabled by default, like traces or CPU profiles or whatever, and you can have it run it for a bit just to try to figure out what's going on. Then you stop doing that, and you can analyze the data after all, and and try to figure out what's going on. And I think this is very powerful because extracting this kind of telemetry data is costly in terms of the amount of data ingestion and also in terms of the performance hit your process might be incurring. So yeah, I think those two would be for me.
Wow, amazing insight, Santi. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks everyone for watching Beyond Node.js. See you in the next episode.